What's up, sports fans, and welcome to the Sports Shack, hosted by Jay Kerr and myself, Buddy Burns. We're going to continue with our NCAA breakdown from 21 down to 25, and the 21 seed is Texas A&M, the Aggies, coming out of the Big 12.
Yep, coming out of College Station, Texas. Great fucking name, College Station. That's the town. That's great. All right, so Texas A&M, athletic team, but you know, I don't see them having a bunch of scorers. They struggle to score. They're beating some teams in the Big 12, but they're not beating the big boys in the Big 12. And the Big 12 is kind of, it's really lacking in upper tier teams. It's got a lot of lower tier teams this year. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, Iowa State are really like weak this year, and those teams are normally pretty strong. So I don't see much out of Texas A&M. They're athletic, they can defend, but can they put up 70 points against a decent defense? Probably not. I wouldn't bet on them.
No, what are they averaging a game? Like
they're in the 60s, I bet.
Yeah.
So that's pretty bad for a top 25 team.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the 22 seed, Kentucky coming out of the SEC.
Yeah, the Wildcats. Kentucky, John Calipari's got to reload every year, it seems, because he's just getting these freshmen. Then they go on to the NBA. Every year, it seems.
Like,
but you know what he's doing?
When was the last time they were like in the Elite Eight?
Kentucky? I don't know, man. I think last year they went pretty far.
Yeah. Yeah, last year. So compare last year's season, because I like...
Well, they were really good last year because they had, you know, they had 6 NBA players that were drafted. They had 5 that are playing right now. They had Patrick Patterson, big 6'10" guy. They had DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah.
So they had like some good players. But you know what?
True. That's a big reason.
They were also a deep team last year.
Those were big shoes to fill.
Yeah, they were a really deep team last year. John Calipari is not just a master at recruiting freshmen out of college. He's a master at going to the junior colleges and grabbing the best players out of there. And last year he got some really good ones. These guys are like 6'7", 6'8". They can hit threes. They look like Jamario Moon, but they can shoot the ball. So, I mean, and those guys this year, they're leading scorers, Liggins and Lamb. So those 2 guys were JUCO transfers from last year. Add the freshmen that they got in Jones and Knight. This is a good team. 22, this is probably top 15 team. I think they've had their struggles on the road. They've been donkey shit on the road all year. But you know what? When you're playing in the neutral courts, it's not really a road game. And you know what? I think if they can pull it together, they might even surpass last year's team. That got beat by Tennessee, and that pissed me off.
Okay, moving on to the 23rd seed, coming out of the Big East, St. John's.
Yeah.
This is a feel-good story with this team. I like this team.
Sure, I mean, these guys came out of nowhere. This was supposed to be a rebuilding. This was a legitimate rebuilding year for St. John's. They actually went into this year, and they're talking about, we just want to have a good showing so that we can show that this team is on the ups and we can get a good recruiting class for next year. These guys, they recruited well. Their coach deserves all the credit for recruiting a good class. And you know what? They're playing excellent. They got guys that can jump, they can rebound, they can shoot the ball, they can pass, they can defend. And they got a bunch of the guys. They got a bunch of those type of guys on their team. Can't go wrong with a team like that.
No. I like them. They're
peaking at the right time. So, and you know what? If they're playing in the NCAA, they might get some games at MSG, which is basically their home court.
Yeah, because they're like an underdog.
Yeah, every game.
Every game.
Pretty much.
And they come through.
I mean, think about it. They're playing against the Big East. There's some good teams in the Big East.
Yeah.
And these guys not only cover, they win.
Yeah, and they put up a big fight too.
Yeah.
And, okay, now the total opposite, the 24th seed coming out of the A-10.
Yeah.
Temple.
I mean,
fuck. Temple.
You don't like Temple?
I hate this team. This team lets me down. I don't care what year it is.
That's true.
I don't care what year it is, buddy. They let me down.
They are a big letdown team. They've done it to me multiple times. This year they're a bit weaker. They lost their leading scorer, Christmas, from last year. They have a big guy, Allen. He's like 6'8". He's good rebounding. But really, I guess their main scorer is Fernandez. I think he's Spanish. He's from Spain. They can hit threes. They're really starting to put up the points. This was a team that was averaging in the 60s last year, but keeping teams in the 50s. They're still keeping teams in the 50s, but now they're scoring 70 points. They picked up their pace. They're scoring more. Odds makers haven't adjusted yet.
Yeah, not when I'm laying it on them. That's for damn sure.
Well, if you're looking at Temple, look at those overs. I mean, if you're getting a line against another A10 team and it's like 130, 131, there's a good chance that Temple's going to put up 70, 75 points. So I think, that's an over team right now.
It's a good tip. Okay, our last seed, the 25 seed, coming out of the AW, Xavier.
Yep. This is the second team out of the Atlantic 10. I think they just threw in some Atlantic 10 in the top 25. I mean, they gotta give some respect to this league. This is a strong conference. Atlantic 10 is like a power conference. They got a lot of good teams. Even the shit teams, even the teams at the bottom, are still like at least as good as some of the teams like Iowa State out of the Big 12, Iowa out of the Big 10. The Pac-10 is disgusting at the bottom. Oregon State's the worst team. I mean, Atlantic 10 has got some good teams. I mean, they got Temple, Xavier, they got Duquesne's. Duquesne's is good. They almost took Pittsburgh to the limit.
Xavier should have, to me, they should be higher ranked. You know what I mean? Like expected. I'm not saying that they deserve it this year.
Yeah, they have lots of talent. They have lots of talent. Their main player, Holloway, is a monster. He's a little monster. He can put up 25, 30 against everybody.
They could be a sleeper in
I think they definitely can be. They're
coming
a team,
up in March.
Yeah, they're going to be a team that people are going to overlook. They're going to play a team like Missouri, and they're going to beat a team like Missouri.
Well, you heard it, folks. We broke down the top from 1 to 25.
Yep.
NCAA men's basketball.
We'll do another show next week. We're going to look at some of the sleepers that are be coming in. There's some teams that you've never heard of. These are teams that are going to be ranked 14 to 16 in the March Madness. You never heard of them, but these are going to be teams that can legitimately upset the top teams, because this is the first year where I can say that there's no clear-cut winner of who's going to win. I think every team has their faults. Every team can be beaten. So this might be the year that the 16 team finally beats the 1 team.
Stay tuned for that show. Well, remember, folks, follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Check us out on our eBay account at thesportsshacklocker.com.
And check out our website at www.thesportsshack.ca.
We say it, we play it.